Right, good evening everyone. We're in Austria with Division 2. I'm just doing a quick check to make sure that we are live. But I've got Bog with me today, so good to have you here,
Good
mate.
evening, everyone.
Let me just check YouTube again.
I think we are.
Yeah? Oh yes,
Yeah.
it's come up on the bot now. Perfect. Right, so a little bit of action for us to catch up on very quickly, which is some of these drivers already putting in laps. We've got Nexton, who has put it on provisional pole with a 104.6. I think we will see some quicker times than that tonight, but Nexton sets the way. Brandon in second, Zetavol, Evan, Maridarko, Xavi, TGL Stewart, all in the 104s. Then we've got Jack, we call him Honky, Ill Vision in 10th, and they're in the 105s. And we're currently on board with Rainman, who I think might have just invalidated by going wide. Yes, he has. So that'll be him needing to start a new lap. Who else have we got?
If I look at yesterday's qualifying time, some of the drivers who were in here tonight were participating in last night's race as well. And the quickest in quality was Athanasiou with a 104.271.
Oh, okay, I'm not too far off that already then.
And he is on pace. He's one of the quickest. So I think we should, if circumstances are the same, of course, look at a 104.2 to 104.3 for pole.
Yep. Just had Wazza come across the line.
Jackie Boy had a 104.4. Gunnar had a 104.5.
Okay, so plenty of people that can improve then. Gunnar's actually on his out lap. I think Jordan started with a warm-up lap because he's going back round again. Did a 121, so that's definitely not his fastest lap. We were on board with Wazza, who came across the line with a 105, and Hackett with a 106, so he is definitely going to want to improve on that. But Jordan is just coming down the hill and round into the middle of Sector 2 in his McLaren. And Mikey's out of the session. I didn't see what happened there. I don't think that must have been while we were trying to connect the stream.
What I understand is that he made a mistake on the pit exit.
Oh, you love to see it. Oh, and Jordan's invalidated. Got a little bit slippery out at that last or second to last corner. But we've got Gunnar coming across on his outlap with Athanasiou. You called it. He's gone into provisional pole.
Yeah. He was quicker yesterday, but still quickest so far for now.
I think Gunnar is doing 2 warm-up laps before he puts in his lap. He's still got his ERS turned off. Either that or he's unintentionally driving around with it on. Or off, sorry. But I think we've got Reliot on a hot lap who will join. He's just coming through Sector 2 now. About to start Sector 3. And this track is a lot of straights with a couple of bends in the middle, really. But there's plenty of overtaking opportunities, a couple of DRS zones, and plenty of straight line speed needed. So drivers tend to err on the side of losing some downforce through the corners, as Reliot puts in a fastest 3rd sector, and it's enough for 8th with a 104.9. Should we watch Gunnar? Reliot's brother?
He's coming out the final corner right now onto the straight, and he is
he's starting his hot lap now.
Yeah, I think he made the mistake earlier and probably didn't. I think what he did is do a lap without using ERS. Well, meanwhile, Mario Daco goes to P1.
Yeah, 104.4, so in the same ballpark as Athanasiou, but Honky with a 4.2.
I told you.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that even gets beaten, to be honest. But it looks like there's some clouds starting to come over, but we're not expecting rain either in quali or for the race today.
No, unfortunately not, because it always, well, for the drivers, it might be a lot safer without the rain, but for us as viewers, it's a much bigger show with some rain.
Definitely. We're the kings of the rain, aren't we? So
You're the king, I'm the prince.
don't know about that. I just ripped your front wing off.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Here comes Guna, 104.4.
Nice.
So he's in that ballpark that you were talking about, and he takes the fastest third sector off his brother. So he's up into third. Who else have we got? Berserk needs to put in a lap.
Is in sector 2. Just entering. Oh, meanwhile, next in 104.1. Well done. Berserk sector 2, the infield area.
It's been pretty neat so far. Didn't see the first sector.
Good. Not the quickest driver in this division, but I do feel he is improving each season.
Yeah, I haven't seen a huge amount of him, but he's certainly looked a lot safer on track than maybe a couple of seasons ago. But this looks pretty good. It's 104.7.
That's not bad at all.
Not at all. Newton. I've not seen Newton before. Is he new?
New. Ton.
Newton.
No, Newton is one of the researchers of this division, and he did some preseason races, but wasn't here in the first 2 rounds.
Okay. So
I think he, pace-wise, he should fit in here, in the middle of the pack.
Cool. Welcome, Newton. And I think you are. Well, I hope you're not starting a lap with half your ERS, because that's probably not going to end well. You can use the whole lot in about half a lap, let alone half of it.
Yeah, but I think these tires are also like 2 laps old already, so not sure if you can get anything out of them.
No, and he's already down on his time, so he's not improving. And with the ERS switching off towards the end of the lap, I can imagine this is not going to be much of an improvement. So I'm actually going to...
Here's going to come an improvement. Watch out, final corner in the Williams. Waza,
let me jump on him, and Kazingal's improving as well.
He's been winning or near winning races here before. He goes to 104.6 P7 so far. Waza, it's with him, it's always hit and miss, and mainly miss, but not on pace.
Well, he doesn't miss other cars, does he?
No. He's usually pretty good at bowling. Tends to throw a strike or 2 a season. Nell knows everything about it.
And if he's watching, I'm sure we'll get a comment from him very soon. But Jordan's managed to invalidate again, just around the last 2 corners. I don't think he was on... Oh, he was on a hot lap. It was a 104.7, so he's going to be fuming.
Anecdote, briefly. I remember a race from a few years ago with Jordan. It was a Formula 2 race, actually, where it started in the wet, and there was an early safety car, and it was still raining, but Jordan actually... Oh, just a second. Get a phone call.
Yeah, no worries. We'll jump on board with Zetavolt whilst we wait for Bog to finish the story.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, we've got Zetavolt getting a little bit of help. I don't know if he's close enough really to get a slipstream off that McLaren in front, but just going to make sure his ERS is on, and I'm not... Oh no, let's see, his ERS is turned off. Is the back of the light on the back's flashing? So let's watch his teammate then, TGL. Pretty consistent driver, pretty quick, as you can see already with a 104.6. I think he will improve this lap if he can get it right. And that corner there, I think it's technically turn 3. Very, very tough corner. You've got to chuck as much momentum through as you possibly can. And just be careful on exit that the car doesn't spin out on you, because you can end up on that inside wall. You've got sausage curbs on the outside, which just get ready to throw your car all over the place. So, although this track is full of straights, there are some really tricky areas of the track. But like I said before, plenty of overtaking opportunities. TGL really pushing this to the limit. Potentially costing himself a little bit of time, just getting out of shape. But he comes around the last 2 corners. And everyone through these last 2 corners is throwing so much speed at it. So it's going to be in the 104s. It's a 104.2 and actually moves into the top 3. So a great lap from Stewart. What about Maridarko? No, he's got his ERS on for now. What about Mr. Elliott? He's got his ERS on, so the Rain Man's the only other car on track. Has he? He's also got
I
his live.
have returned, and let's have a look first at next. And in the current pole position, man, he is just starting a hot lap on his way to turn 3 now.
Has that Ferrari livery changed?
Yeah, it is updated to the Las Vegas one.
Ah, looks quite nice actually. I didn't notice that in the race, to be fair. Obviously, I'm blind. Anyway, Nexton into the end of Sector 3. He's about to come... Sorry, just about to start Sector 3. And currently our poleman. Can he break into the 103s? I mean, not quite, but it's still an improvement on his time. He needs yeah, he's about a 5,000th of a second up. So if he's going to improve... Got to be in Sector 3. He took so much of that inside curb. Has that saved him time? Oh, it's faster. Oh, yeah. It's a 10th faster, but it's not in the 103s.
But he is pole position.
He is indeed. So good work from Nexton. What about his teammate Maridarko? Is he pushing now? Yep, his ERS light is turned off, so let's watch him on board.
It's purple in Sector 2.
And 0.2 improvement, so he's going to upset these. Well, it could even nick the front row. It could be a Ferrari front row lockout here. Oh, he had to lift through that final couple of corners there, so that might have just cost him. Is he going to put it up there? Oh, it's on pole!
Wow!
103.9.
That's quick.
What a lap! So it is a front row lockout, and not probably the way round I was expecting it to be.
Look at those times, and nearly everyone is in a 104s. Look at us tomorrow doing 106s.
We've got everyone flooding out the pits now, but Jordan. Oh, and Wazza gets it 5 seconds. Oh, what are you doing, Wazza? Blocking the pit lane.
What is he on to now?
Here comes Jordan. I think he is on a hot lap.
Oh, and he's disqualified, Wazza?
Yeah, blocking the pit lane for some reason.
Oh.
He's parked it on exit.
Oh, look at that. It's Austria. And just as in the past, look who are in last and in trouble.
The old teammates. But Jordan's actually navigated the last couple of corners and he's up to 5th. So that was much needed for him. But yeah, those two at the bottom, ex-teammates. That'll be an interesting watch out the up to the first corner anyway.
Yeah. Wazza has taken Mikey out several times on this track. And yes, they were teammates.
Right, Hackett on a lap. He needs at least half a second improvement to get himself into the top 10. And he is down the first straight. Coming up into, is it turn 3? Just misses the apex, but keeps the car moving nicely. Nexton has said that he will give his teammate pole for today. He's parked his car. Not going to come back out. And Hackett just making his way through Sector 2 now. And this is going to be the last run for pretty much everyone now. I think the Alpha Tauri maybe in front of Hackett will probably be the last car across the line.
Mardako's done, Nexon is done. Here comes Honky to the final corner.
And now, Honky's lost it.
No, that was deliberate.
Was it?
And that's good. Yeah, that was deliberate, and that's a huge span.
Brilliant. Not what you need whilst there's people still trying to start hot laps. Relia is over the line, so he's done. He's up into 10th. What else have we? We have a... Jack has invalidated, and he was a 10th up on his time. We've got a Haas coming through. Is it Evan? It is Evan. So Evan coming up to the line. This looks like a big improvement, and he's up to 7th. Good work from him. We've then got an Alpine. It's not Zettervold, so it's got to be Stewart. No, he's in the pits. What about his teammate then, Zettervold? No, he's invalidated. The other Alfa Romeo, that's got to be Gunnar. Here he comes, and he is diving in the pits, I think. Yes, he is. McLaren, who's that? I think, is that Jordan who's coming in? A lot of cars moving quite slowly now. Brandon's slowing down. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's going to be your order. There's a lot of cars moving out of the way, but no one going particularly quick. No, I think that is everyone in then. So Maridacco and Nexton lock out the front row for Ferrari. They're going to be a tough team to beat this year, I think. And then we've got Athanasiu in third, Honky fourth, Guna fifth, Stewart sixth, Evans seventh. The two McLarens eighth and ninth, Jordan and Brandon, and then Zettervol makes up the top 10, and a 103.9 Rapid taking pole position tonight. And I think we've got a dry race to come. I have no idea why we're watching the cars just keep going round. But hopefully the game will catch up with itself any second. Well, whilst we're waiting,
let's go through the full order first. It's Maridacco on pole, then we got Nexton, Athanasiu in P3, then we got Honky in P4, Gunnar, Stewart, Evan, Jordan, Brandon, and Zettervol completing the top 10 in the 11. Look at that, 11 with a 104.5. Relliot, and we got Newton, we got Hackett, Berserk, Zingle, Savi, Ilvision, and the Rayman, and then in 19 and 20, last row for the former teammates, Mikey and Waza.
That'll be interesting watching to the first corner with them two. If they both make it out alive, good for them. But yeah, Ferrari front row lockout. And they're not actually leading the championship, surprisingly. We've got McLaren in the lead of the constructors, Ferrari in second. So what happened to the Ferraris last week? We had Nexton in third place. And was Maridacco there? Try and find him. Oh, he came 15th.
Who?
Maridacco. Just make sure I'm looking. Yeah, this is the right league. It was at Brazil. So Maridacco hasn't been able to convert good qualifying into good race.
Yeah, but you could say the same from Athanasiu, who's been fighting for the win over the past two races, but on strategy just blew it.
Was it Mexico that he made that pit stop?
Yeah, and he actually did something similar last week, or was a bit unlucky with the rain though, but two races where he was leading, fighting for the win, and then lost it on strategy.
I'll tell you one person under real pressure is Waza, 2 DNFs this season. His teammate, ex-teammate next to him on the grid. So he's going to want to finish a race tonight. But the winner of Brazil was Jordan. So he slingshots himself to the top of the championship standings. He's going to start in 8th here tonight. Nexton is then second in the championship, just 3 points behind, who is currently in second. And then we've got Mikey, who finished and got his second podium of the season. He's on 33 points, so 10 points behind the leader, and starts 19th. So he's got a lot of work to do. And then we've got Zettervol, who's managed an 8th and a 5th. He's on 14 points, so the gap then becomes quite large. So Mikey with it all to do if he's going to stay in this championship fight.
Mikey's been good so far this season.
He has, and I have no doubt that he'll work his way through the field. But I think penalties are going to have a lot to say today.
Oh, yeah. I think, you know what? Pace is not the most deciding factor here. You got to keep it clean, stay out of trouble, and definitely have no pace. If you do that, you basically have like a top 6 already. Imagine doing that with having pace.
Got a few different strategy options here. We've got the front 5 on mediums. We've then got TGL deciding to start on softs. Evan and Jordan on mediums. Brandon also on softs. And then we've got Zettervol and Relliot on hards. pretty much the rest of the grid, other than Xavi, on mediums. So we've got a few different tyre choices. I think Stuart and Brandon are thinking that might be an early safety car, and they can pick off some early positions. Not sure how long the softs will last around here. This is quite a tyre-hungry track from memory.
Note that at the moment Jordan is having some technical issues.
Yeah, he's left the session. That's not good, is it? Hopefully he'll be able to get back in. I don't know if you're able to ping him an invite.
Done.
But I've got a terrible camera angle, so we're going to go on board
Oh, it's
with...
really far away.
Yeah, going to go on board with Maradacco and watch it from there. Let's get rid of some of this menus. The lights are coming on. We're up to 5. And they're out, and away we go. And the 2 Ferraris and Maradacco with a brilliant start, but his teammate next to him...
now we finally have a proper camera angle.
Oh, have we? Oh, we'll change it. So Nexton manages to keep second place, and the Aston Martin just behind gets squeezed out, but has managed to maintain third, and we're going to be about 3 wide coming into turn 3. And TGL Stewart is... Oh, and is that Honky just trying to chuck his nose down the inside of Athanasiou, but wisely pulls out, and that's Mikey out.
Mikey's out.
That's Mikey out. What can we see what happened? I can't see his car. He's on the outside of turn 3.
I just hope it wasn't Wazza.
Where is Wazza? He's up into 16th. So it might just be a little bit too far forward for it to have been Mikey. I don't know. For it to have been Wazza, sorry. But anyway, the front group seemed to get away pretty well. Let's just have a look and see what positions have changed. Not too many, really. Stuart gained a position off the line. Brandon gained 1. And then Wazza's gained 4. He's the big winner out of all of this. And Mikey, the big loser, who, as I said, was in the championship fight, couldn't stay out of trouble, made it through 1 corner before ending his day. So we'll wait to catch the safety car, and then we'll have at least 2 laps around on it. This will help some of the guys on the more aggressive strategies. Is that a couple in the pits? Yeah, we've got Hackett. We've got Wazza, so it could have been Wazza. And we've got Xavi in the pits.
I sincerely hope it's not Wazza.
Well, Wazza is getting a nose change. And Xavi is parked behind him. Double stacked. And is he serving a penalty as well? He's taken ages to get out. Oh, he's out now. Well, I'm sure that we...
He was double stacked, repairing the nose, and I'm not sure. Oh, Brandon is having issues. Let me see if I can get Brandon an invite as well. Lots of technical issues, it seems, right now.
I'm sure it would be too long before we hear from Mikey about his incident. Just keep the messages open to see if we get anything come through. But we, as we were at the start, the 2 Ferraris. And
I can't see Brandon online at the moment. Oh, here he is.
The 2 McLarens are down in 8th and 9th, which is the Constructors' Battle. So they've got plenty of room.
Right, so Jordan, Brandon, and Elvision all had technical issues, but all have been sent a new invite. Let's hope they can get back in.
Yeah, we've got at least another lap, haven't we? So hopefully they'll figure it out.
Elvision still in. Let's redo it again. And it's send again.
To be fair, I didn't see the whole pack go through the first corner, but it all looked pretty well behaved. Obviously,
Mikey.
Yeah.
All right, Elvision.
So we've got the pack all formed up together. We've got the 2 Williams at the back, just trying to catch the back of the train. Hopefully, we will go in this lap, and we can see some racing. But it is coming in this lap, so Maridako then will take over the pace of the pack. And hopefully just keep the speed constant so we don't have pileups behind. He's done a pretty good job of that, to be fair to him. Now it's all about when he decides to go. Safety car's got to come in first, otherwise he'll get the rev limiter. So wait for that safety car to peel in and he can go whenever he likes. So I assume we're going to get round at least the next corner before he goes. And he's got his teammate as a nice little buffer behind him. And here he goes. He's gone already.
But will they work together though?
Interesting. I mean, Nexton wasn't caught out by that. He's actually provided a bit of a gap to Athanasiou behind, about 4/10. So if they could break the DRS before that turns on, that would be lovely. But Athanasiou is not about to let that happen, I don't think. He's looking pretty racy. And I didn't see what tyres the... Oh, Jordan's out. How's that happened?
God.
That's down the straight. I can't see his car anywhere, but he is out, hopefully. Oh, and there's a big incident into the third corner again, and we've got Xavi, who's lost part of his wing. Athanasiou, what happened to him? How did he get down there? He was in third. And the Ferraris have made a gap now.
What?
How did Athanasiou get back there? I didn't see that. He must have made a mistake.
Right. We're 4 laps in, and we're into chaos. We've got the numbers 1 and 2 of the championship are out.
Yeah, so the Ferrari boys have got it all to play for now. And they have already created a second gap back to third place. And as soon as those DRS wings get opened, you can imagine that they just sort of drive off into the distance. And only a safety car is going to bring them back. So it'll be interesting to see whether these two decide to work together, or whether they think selfishly and bring the rest of the pack back into the race. But at the moment, maintaining that gap. And we've got TJL who's trying to put a bit of pressure on Honky here. Down into turn 4. And we know he's on the softer compounded tyre. He's going to want to get past as soon as possible, so that he can try and break that DRS gap that they've made. But currently, there's no way past. And look how much more confident Stuart is on his soft tyres. Braking so much later, but it's costing him a bit of time, because he's really having to hammer the brakes just to make sure he doesn't take Honky out. So they make their way down onto the home straight. Run a little bit wide there, Stuart. I wonder if he'd have picked up a warning for that. And Gunnar is looking all over the back of him now. And DRS is now enabled. So this train of cars are going to pick up the extra power of the wing. Opening on the back of their car. And Gunnar will be desperate.
What's that with the fastest lap just?
Yeah, he's left a whirlwind behind him tonight, by the look of it. It must have been Xavi that lost his wing, but Xavi's right at the back of Wazza here in the end. Honky, Stuart's gone for a move down the inside, and we were on board with Gunnar and was able to see that firsthand. Stuart does get in front, and now he's got the opportunity to see if he can close this gap. He needs half a second.
Stuart is on the soft tyre, so he should have a bit more grip.
Well, you say that. He's slid out the last 2 corners.
Oh, dear. And now Honky is all over him.
Yeah,
can't overtake, holds back a bit.
What's going on with his has he got something wrong here? Because he's all over the place.
No, I think he's just lack of grip. Well, I just praise his grip, and he even gets the 3-second pen.
And they're 3 wide. And Stuart slings it round the outside.
What a move by Gunnar.
Evans taking advantage of that and gets down the inside of Honky as well. So Honky's lost 3 places in about 2 corners. We've got Brandon trying to make a move on the outside of Honky. Will he try the flick back? No, he runs a bit deep.
That move by Gunnar was awesome.
Yeah, he just planted it on the inside and gave them no room. And that's the type of racing we want to see.
It did cost him some straight line speed, as Evan and Brandon were able to get in the mix as well.
Gunnar looking for a way around, can't find it. But this is just playing into Ferrari's hands, really. look at the gap now, nearly 3 seconds. They're going to be hard to reel back in, especially with these lot fighting constantly. Throw a blanket over the top 10 minus the front two, really. Evan putting some pressure on Stewart. I have no idea what was going on with Stewart. I wonder if his tyre temps had just gone up a bit high there. But once they get up there, it's very hard to bring them back. But he still looks. If you watch on board with Evan, he's still very slippery and everything. This is going to be easy for Evan here. He's got a ton of straight line speed, and he takes third now.
Very, very quick lately.
Unfortunately, Honky's chucked it out the inside, and he's sort of pushed Stewart wide, but Stewart forces his way through the outside. But I think Honky's going to get the inside line here, keep the place. They're getting a bit bargy. Honky needs to leave him a bit more room, but gets the move done. And he's up into fourth.
Yeah, so Evan been really quick lately, but been unlucky, and especially unlucky with technical issues, to be fair. I think last race last season, he lost the race in Abu Dhabi because his connection cut out.
Yeah, that was his first. Was it his first pole position? Maybe he'd got a couple of pole positions just before that, and Brandon just runs a bit wide there.
Yeah.
But he's certainly been improving, hasn't he, Evan? So if he can stay in the race long enough, it'd be interesting to see how well he does. And he has actually managed to break the gap to Honky enough, and has actually made a bit of a dent into the leaders there. It was 3 seconds, so
he's gaining on them.
Yeah, let's see if he can keep closing that gap. I wonder if the two Ferraris are just banking up a bit of ERS. No, they're not. Yeah, I just wondered if they were maybe banking it up a little bit to just have the advantage later. It looks like Zettervold and Gunnar are fighting. Zettervold around the outside, but Gunnar manages to maintain that place. And Zettervold coming back and looking down the inside, but there's not enough room there. And he backs out wisely. But he's now getting some pressure from Gunnar's brother, Elliot. Oh, we've got Kazingal. What's happened to Kazingal? He is
boy in trouble. He's off track. In the middle sector. I dropping. Oh, a safety car.
Really?
Athanasiou will be happy with that.
Who is that, though? That's there's Evan. Something happened to Evan there, but loads of people are diving in the pits here. We've got...
No. Nothing with Evan.
No, something definitely happened to Evan.
Oh, yeah, he lost 2 seconds.
Yeah, he was sideways out of the last corner.
Oh.
But look at everyone that's jumped in the pits.
Loads of cars in the pit lane.
Do they think hards are going to get to the end?
Well,
No, some are jumping on mediums.
I probably would have gone for the hards.
Well, I mean, hards is probably your only option to get to the end of the race, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I count on going to the end.
So I suppose the ones going on mediums think that they can either do a soft at the end or maybe go medium.
Yeah, we're counting on another safety car.
Yep.
I think we see decides to pit as well and stay in the same windows as the cars just ahead of him and will be on fresh hards.
Yep, that's brought him right back into this, isn't it? But the two Ferrari boys will be fuming because they had already gone past the pits. So they didn't have an option to split their strategy. And they had a nice little buffer which has now disappeared. But Evan was really, really saved in there. Like I don't know what, I didn't see what happened, but I saw him having to come back onto the track. I wonder if he actually saw it late and tried to go in the pits and made a mess of it, maybe. But there's Xavi in the pits as well. So he's in. But anyway, he now decides that he's going to stay out. And I think given the race situation, I think it's the right thing to stay out. We'll probably lose too many places now. And he's got Relia, Illvision and Hackett behind him on the same sort of strategy. So he's got a bit of a blanket to the guys that have pitted and got fresh tyres. But there's only 3 actually that decided to go on mediums in the end, which was Stewart, Gunnar and Zettervold. Reliot's come shooting up into 4th. I think he was around about 10th before all of that. So he stayed out.
But he decided not to pit, and he wasn't hard. So
yeah, sensible decision, I think. If he can, again, we've got to find a way to break a second gap to the cars behind. Problem is, he's got ill vision on softer tyres behind him.
Yeah, but they should start to drop off soon, those mediums.
Very true. So we're going to have another
restart yet?
No, interesting, because the whole pack is there, really, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we'll be the last one, and then we'll go for a restart at lap 12.
So, in reality, that's what...
Or 13, actually, sorry.
So they'll have 23 laps. I think the hards will get there. The mediums will be in a bit of a bad way by the end of that stint. So I'm assuming the mediums have got to come in again. The guys at the front obviously will have to come in again because they've got to run both. Got to run both 2 different tyre compounds. So this race is still anyone's. The Ferraris...
Yeah, especially with the safety car now, but Pens will hurt really a lot here. It's always close. It's very often happening that you have a safety car near the end. With such a short track, close gaps, Pen's just hurt a lot.
Yep, and people desperate to make up extra places towards the end. Maridacco will control the pack again for the second time. And will he decide to take the same line and go out of the second to last corner? Or will he just wait that little bit longer? Be interesting to know whether him and his teammate are in a party together. He's going exactly the same time. And Nexton's straight with him. But Evan looks like he's been caught out by that. Evan's nearly a second behind. But I think he's got good straight line speed by the look of it. Because look at how he's closing that gap.
Yeah, Evan usually drives with pretty low wing settings. Honky and Hackett in the fight.
Yeah, Stewart manages to take both of them in the end. Stewart actually jumps up 2 places there, I think.
Yep. On the fresh mediums.
Yeah, we've got Ill Vision chucking it down the inside of Reliot, and he makes the move, so he's through. And that was important for him on the softer compound. Now the question is, can these two fight off the guys on the fresh rubber? And Reliot comes back at him round the outside, and that's a great move. But Ill Vision is still there. And look at Stewart. Got to be careful there. He doesn't pick up any, or is he still going around the outside of Reliot? He's got the racing line, but it's going to have to leave room. And Reliot just backs out
for Stewart.
So fresh rubber on its way up the order, but Ill Vision has got a second gap to the car in front. Whoa, Stewart's hit the back of him.
Between Stewart and Ill Vision.
Honky's now looking to get involved in it. He's going to be down the inside of Ill Vision going into turn 1. But they get through. Looks clean. And now Ill Vision is going to try and attack back under with the DRS assistant. Oh no, they haven't got DRS yet. Another lap yet.
Right. But yeah. What can Stewart do versus the leaders as he's just behind them and he's on much fresher tyres?
Yeah, he looks pretty quick as well, doesn't he? He's right on the back of Evan. But again, we know that Evan is running a hell of a lot of straight line speed, so he's going to be a little bit more difficult to overtake. And from memory, Stewart likes to run a lot more downforce. So we'll see if he suffers for that in a straight line. We're just going to drop back to Brandon quickly. He's the next one to put a bit of pressure on Reliot. And that's for 7th place. Reliot is the last car that didn't pit. Well, actually, we've got Hackett down in 11th, to be fair.
Yeah, he's dropping down fast.
Yeah, he's gone backwards again. Brandon just gets a bit messy out of turn 1 there. So he's not going to be able to put him...
Still good launch on Reliot.
Yeah, he's
here.
coming back.
I don't think he'll
do it.
Is he? Nah, he's sensible.
Yeah, he's going to wait.
But
I think
he's always going to be very nervous with Gunnar just behind him.
especially into that corner.
Yeah.
But Reliot's actually making a move on Ill Vision. He's chucked it down the inside and he's going to make that stick. So that's a good move from Reliot. Oh, and Ill Vision's kept his nose in there. But no, Reliot keeps the inside line. And he does get the move done. And the last time I watched Ill Vision and I was commentating on how good he was actually in AI mode. So hopefully that's not the case now.
2GL Stewart, 3.5 tens behind Evan.
Yep. Just keeping on board with...
But also Nexton just 3 tens behind his teammate and leader of the race.
Brandon runs wide. Let's get back up here because Honky
Stewart
just caught the back end of that as he flew past there.
Oh, is he? No, backs out. Nearly went in too deep there.
Stewart's going to get the undercut. Here he comes. Honky and Stewart both with the DRS open. And Stewart might go for a double move here. Is he going to chuck it down the inside of the other one? Oh, he's hit the house and he's round. That was too much. And he's trapped. He's trapped.
That's going to be chaos.
But we've got more cars coming around. That Haas needs to be careful. Reversing back on the track there. Stewart down in 9th place, right behind his teammate. And that was just a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, Stewart and Evan in trouble. Oh, and look,
Waz is out. Oh, and look, Ferrari's dived in the pits. Nexton's going to have to stay out.
Yeah, but did you see how Maridaka dove in?
Yes, I saw it in front of Nexton. So I think it was across the pit line, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely a pen.
That's horrible again for the two Ferraris because they probably not going to want to double stack. I mean, they can't. Maridako decides to launch across, but actually they've beaten the safety car round, so that has probably given Nexton what he needs. He'll be able to come in and pit. I can't imagine him wanting to stay out on 16 lap old mediums, but he's getting Delta now. So we've got Ill Vision, Reliot, Stewart decided to come in. I wonder if he had wing damage. Hackett, Evan and Jack all in the pits. Jack is Kazingle. Get to used to calling him by his name. But yeah, I think that was very fortunate for Nexton. If he'd got caught by that safety car, that would have been him in big trouble and not being able to pit. But did you see where Wazza went off? Did you see what happened to him?
No. I was trying to switch to him, but then it went really quick with safety car, and I saw Maridako fully cutting across the pit entry.
So the front two are coming in. So Nexton and Honky coming in. What about Brandon on 7 lap old hards? He stays out. Guna comes in. Zetavol, I think, is also staying out. So Brandon picks up the lead of the race. It's going to be interesting to see when Nexton comes out. He's probably going to come out in that pocket just in front of his teammate, I'd say. He's not going to want to come out behind because they've got a Haas just behind him. He's going to jump his teammate here big time. Maridako's lost out big time. And Honky's actually jumped him as well. But look at that. Honky is on softer compound. And I reckon you get them to the end of the race as well from here. Because we're going to have at least one more lap behind the safety car. So we'll probably restart on lap 20. 16 laps seems reasonable.
Zetterful is probably gonna regret not pitting.
Yeah, on mediums.
With him being out of sync, could work as well.
Yeah. I can't really
I think it's
call
safe
this.
to say that everyone from P8 or lower is not going to pit anymore.
No, they can go to the end now. Going to be hard to call this because and the safety car is
it's
coming in now.
already.
That's good. Good for us. Anyway, Brandon's going to lead this safety car away. We've had 3 safety cars now. So he starts to weave to warm his tyres up. Going to have to wait for that safety car to get in. So we're going to see a little bit of a later start this time, I think. Where does he want to go? Now he's gone and he has caught Zettervall out big time. Nearly a second gap already. So Brandon away very well. Let's see it from Zettervall's actually got rid of the Rayman as well. Nearly half a second gap. And look at this for Athanasiou. He looked...
Oh, that was a bad exit for Brandon out of turn 1.
Where is Brandon? Oh, he's in the lead. Yeah, so Zettervall's caught him up. He was too busy looking backwards, thinking that Brandon had disappeared. His job is just to stay as consistent as possible and try and build a second gap somewhere in that little train behind him. And the Rain Man looks like the place to do it. He's 9/10 back. But Athanasiou, his race has turned completely upside down. He looked out of the race at the first safety car and suddenly he finds himself in 4th. Nexton already putting pressure on Newton. And Nexton was in the lead of the... Well, Maradaka was, sorry. But Nexton technically was in the lead of this race. He's the front of the pack that pitted behind the safety car. Whoa, and Nexton has a car flying down his inside. Honky did not even see him coming. We just saw him on the graphics, but he's flying. He's already through on Newton. That was... I'd love to go back and see that again. He just appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, talking about pitting, Stewart is in.
Yeah, ever since that move that caused that safety car.
Talking about moves, Zettervall with the move for the lead.
He has gone into the lead.
Overtaking Brandon at turn 3.
And Athanasiou actually got past Rayman in the same corner as well. We saw that a little bit further down the road as the Rayman tries to come back at him. But he's actually got pressure from his teammate Berserk behind him. Actually got Aston AlphaTauri, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. But I think Honky is looking really quick right now on these medium tyres. Like, yeah, the move, and oh, something's happened to Newton. He is dropping. And look at Honky. He's going to have so much overspeed out of this final corner. DRS has just been enabled. Ill Vision picks up a penalty. Honky's through on Berserk, and off he goes now to try and chase down the Rain Man, his teammate. Let's see if he fights him hard. You would imagine that he should let his teammate through on softer, fresher tyres. But if the two don't communicate, you never know. But Brandon looks like he's just overtaken Zettervall back for the lead of the race. So that corner is becoming a overtaking spot for everyone. Brandon actually doing the sensible thing there. Zettervall is charging his battery, which means he's used it all. And Honky looked like he wanted to have a go at Athanasiou there, and he was having none of it.
Nexton.
No way, Nexton's round.
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh,
together
big
with Vision.
Oh dear. So this is now, I would suggest this is probably Honky's race for the taking. Maridako hasn't made any ground really. And look at Honky here. Oh, as we're getting a bit of a glitch going on. I'm not sure how close he actually is.
Nexton left the session.
Oh really?
Okay.
I wonder if he was disconnected, but here we go. We've got Athanasiou having a look at Zettervall, and we're going to be 3 wide into turn 3 here. Oh no, Honky does decide to pull out. They've run wide, and now Honky's going to get a nice little opening. Can he go double overtake in one corner? He's side by side, and he is up into second place, so that is what patience can do. If you ever want to see an overtake, just let the two in front of you fight and wait for the gap to appear and drive through it. That's exactly what Honky did there. That was very controlled racing, so well done. And he finds himself in second and pulling away rapidly from Zettervol now. He's on the back of Brandon. Super fresh tyres. They're going to be dead towards the end of the race, but I mean, the way he's going right now, he should be able to pull out a nice big gap. Just got to keep it as consistent as possible. As Jack and Relia actually make their way up into the top 10 with all this carnage going on. And here comes Honky now. He's going to have Brandon before the corner. Brandon tries to defend, but he's not going to be able to do much about that. We've also got Zettervol under a bit of pressure with his ERS light flashing. Maridarko, what's happened to him? Radiat's got through on him. Berserk gets a bit out of shape. Maridarko putting pressure on Reliot, but backs out. He was worried that Reliot was going to come across there, and Reliot does make an easy move on Berserk, and Maridarko wanted to make the move. Reliot runs deep, and Berserk's trying to come back at him, but I think Reliot's just about going to keep the inside line and get the position, but again he's gone underneath him at the next corner. Reliot is making a bit of a mess of this part of the track. He's just running a bit deep, but he keeps it, and now he can get his head straight again and just try and maintain that position for a minute, and maybe then think about moving forward again. But Athanasiou pressuring Zettervol ahead, and that's going to be an easy overtake into turn 1. So lots happening here all quickly. And we've got Honky out in the lead, just about to break DRS, I think. But the fact that Brandon's in it, I think, is just about keeping him in touch. What about Hackett? He's looking close to his teammate. Making a move on Newton. He does make the move around the outside.
I think Honky will be praying that there will be no more safety car.
Yep.
Because he's on, well, the whole group behind him probably still have to pit.
Look at Reliot. Oh, he's just made a move on the Rain Man. He's on the
he's
move.
On fresher tires.
He is on the move. This, if he can just stay sensible here. I mean, he's got Zettervol struggling for ERS charge. And he's making his way forward. He's on for a podium here.
Yeah.
Maridarko's
probably is.
Maridarko's not looking too comfortable on those hard tyres. He's not made his way through quite as well as Honky and Reliot. I do think that having watched this race so far, I think what it tells me is that you should try and stay off the hard tyres if you possibly can. The medium tyres just look like the racier tyre, don't they?
Well, makes me wonder. Like, I'm looking at tomorrow's race. Meanwhile, Reliot on the outside with Zettervol. Just got make it. Looking at tomorrow's race, where you and I will be in. Oh wait, we have an ENF. Elvision is out.
Yeah, and that's down the first straight as well. It looks like his car's pulling to the side of the road. What's happened there? Has he been disqualified?
Or did he retire himself on track?
No idea. Just saw his car pull off to the side of the road. Odd one.
Be.
Maridarko picking up a penalty, and there's not actually that many penalties out there. Stewart, I think, has got 6 without looking, as he just picks up another one. Reliot just needs to have a bit of patience here and pick his moment. I think he's trying to force something. He doesn't need to force. And I think he'll naturally find his way through. Oh, as he runs a bit deep again. And we've got a lapped car. This must be Nexton. Yeah, it moves out of the way. Assume that's his AI. Maridarko is now through on the Rain Man, so I mean, Reliot is going to want to try and overtake Zettervol as soon as possible. So he doesn't really want Maridarko to be in touch with him, especially if his tyres are going to wear out towards the end of the race. But again, this is where Reliot's just got to line up the corners. And we've got another set of yellow flags. That's a Red Bull. Hackett. But it looks like he's moving again. That was a better exit from Reliot, and he might just be close enough. No, I think that's sensible. Try and line up a good exit here. So hard to be brave with the throttle out of that third corner.
Right, so back again tomorrow.
Yes, sorry.
Probably not being the fastest ones in that division. Might be an idea to just start on the hards, and as soon as there's like a safety car with a lap or 10 in, go medium or so.
Yeah, or if we can do some tyre saving in qualifying, might even be able to start on the softs and do a medium, soft, medium, soft. But we'll have to see how far the softs can actually go. I mean, Stewart didn't make it look too easy on the softs, did he?
No.
Reliot seems to have settled down now anyway. And we'll just jump on board with Athanasiou. He's putting some pressure on Brandon, a couple of cars ahead. But yeah, we've got a bit of a train going on here, with Honky off out into the distance. And again, we talked about Athanasiou at Mexico. Like, just looks like his track awareness has improved dramatically since last season. He's making a lot more sensible decisions and not just trying to force it.
I'd still fire his engineer, but
yeah, 100%. He must have hired a Ferrari engineer somewhere along the line.
Let's see what he does now. He's in a good position. He's in P3, but with 8 laps to go, he's on 19 lap old tyres.
Here he comes though. He's making the move on Brandon. Brandon's then forced wide, which is just going to allow Zettervall through here. And Zettervall! Oh, he tried to get on the power too early. He's lost it. That's let Reliot through. And Reliot's on the back of Brandon now. So that was a bit of a chain reaction, that overtake. And Reliot has now got through. That is what patience does for you. Reliot's just been hanging around. Maridarko runs a bit deep, but he's up into 5th. And we see that Reliot now into the podium positions. And as I was saying before, that is what a bit of patience can do for you. However, someone that is just sneaking their way through the field, Mr. Jack, he's 2 tenths behind Zettervall now on 12 lap old mediums. He's in 7th place and looking right at the back of this train of cars. I wonder where he can realistically finish in this race. Wouldn't put it beyond him to get 4th here. Zettervall is going to come in, I think. Yes, he is. He does come in. So that's Jack up into, is he 6th? I think he is.
Stewart pitted as well. He went to softs.
Yeah, he's not had a good day, has he, Stewart? I mean, he was having a good day. And then caused a safety car, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
So those two might be able to rip away the fastest lap.
Look at that. Reliot just really close to Athanasiou here.
Yeah, all 4 of these cars driving pretty closely, and Jack is trying to make his way up to it. But
here he comes on the outside, going on to 3rd and 4. Can he keep it? Yeah.
Yes, he can. There's a song in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And now,
Quest.
and he's got to try and break a second gap now. So he now, if there's a time to push, it's now. But we know Athanasiou is no slouch.
No, he's quick.
But I tell you what, Brandon is losing touch. He's got some pressure from Maridarko, who's only a 10th behind him. Athanasiou's back on Reliot again. And Brandon's doing his best to try and stay in the slipstream here. Maridarko decides to keep in a straight line. You think that's the quicker way, but he runs wide. Brandon gets a bit slippery on exit. So does that mean these two can just drive away a little bit? Probably not, because they're about to fight into turn 3.
Virtual.
Oh, that means he can't overtake. That's just saved Reliot.
And why is that?
Where's that come from? There's a Red Bull going into the pits. Is it something to do with that, maybe? No, it's a full safety car. It's been upgraded.
Is it?
Yeah, it's coming out the pit. Look.
Oh yeah. Probably indeed Hackett involved because he's entering the pit without the front wing.
Well, that's a disaster for Honky. What do you do now? Do you pit? I think you do, don't you? The cars behind you are going to pit.
Must, because the cars you're gonna be sitting duck. I told you before, Honky is gonna wish there is no safety car. Yeah. Well, there is one.
I think everyone comes in here.
Everyone apart from Zetterfall and Stewart. And Hackett, of course.
Is Zetterfall close enough to take the lead of the race? I think he is, isn't he? Honky gets a 5-second pit. Oh, that's his race over. No, that's his race over. Zetterfall's the interesting one here. Is he close enough?
Hey,
I don't think he is.
Gunnar's staying out. Oh.
Yeah, but on hard tyres, he's going to get smashed, surely.
Tyres, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the Rain Man's actually decided to stay out as well, isn't he? Oh, no, he's in. Newton with a set 3. These penalties are going to kill people by the end of the race, but Gunnar, I get why he's done it, but I think he's thrown away some points there. Look at everyone in for softs. Everyone. I think it was the right call as well. Zettervall actually comes into 7th place. Don't think he gained much there, really, did he? He overtook Jack, I think, and that was it. Reliant is going to be laughing, though. I think. Well, I don't know. He was in 2nd, weren't he? I think he will end up getting. I mean, if he can get past his brother Gunnar, if he can get past him, and Gunnar can help hold up the rest of the field, but they're not teammates anymore. So, does brotherly love count for anything?
Occasionally.
Probably not today.
Well, it depends.
But yeah, I strongly suggest that Gunnar is going to be a sitting duck.
Well, yeah, and if you look at the cars, who are behind him? You got Honky. Honky is not afraid to send it. Really, much more sensible. But then you have in P4. You got Athanasiou. Well, he'll send it.
Yeah, he's not going to want to see the other two drive off, is he? So,
if we look at the other guys, Brandon, well, he's very sensible, and Maridako and Zetterville a bit less, but.
But the one thing they all have in common is speed. They're all quick.
They're all quick. There's no slow drivers in here, and Gunnar, what he must hope for is one, to have a good restart, survive until like turn 3, and then the rest screwing each other over.
Yeah, the one benefit. If
that scenario happens, like everyone else is going to fight each other, like Honky or Elliot, Athanasiou, Brendan, maybe big pile up. You never know with some. It could work out for Gunnar, but I'm afraid he's going to regret not pitting.
The one thing that Gunnar might have in his favour is that there is a lot of straights, but I think he's going to lose a lot of grip out of corners. That's the problem, and he's not going to get the momentum. So if he can nail the corner exits,
there's no DRS.
Very true.
On the last lap there is though.
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out. He's not gone yet, but he's lining. Here he goes. Up the last corner. He's done all right there. He's done all right, but it's not going to be long. Yeah, it's not going to be long.
Honky is having that 5-second pen.
Oh, and Relics run a bit deep. Nearly hit Honky, but gets away with it. Honky's already round.
Honky already.
Yeah, Honky's already round there. Athanasiou's through on Reliot, who ran a little bit deep into turn 1. Yeah, but we've got 4 cars. Not a bad
scenario for Gunnar, to be fair.
No, we've got 4 cars lining up moves on each other here. Brandon gets taken by Maridako. who manages to send it round the inside, and we've got Zettervold, who's all over the back of Brandon. I think he's going to be side by side by the time they get into this next corner. And they are. And is he going to stop the car? Oh, Maridarko was there, but Brandon saw it coming anyway. Zettervold does get the car stopped and is through into 6th place. Brandon is now under pressure from Jack, just behind him. Who's that that's gone? Athanasiou's round. What's happened? He's lost loads of places. So Relia into 3rd, gets past his brother. His brother is fighting with Zettervold just behind. Jack picks up a penalty while we're watching it all. So Zettervold up into the top 4. Gunnar is getting eaten alive, but again, he's not done too bad. He's still in 5th, but Honky out in the lead. Look at these pens, though. Look at these pens. This could be Reliot's win if he can keep within, 2 more seconds?
Yeah, he needs to stay... Oh,
someone's gone wide. It's because it's Jack. Jack, he's gone.
Oh, wow.
He's taken Brandon with him. He's taken Berserk with him.
Oh, my.
And Nexton's quite close to picking up some points here.
Nah, but he hasn't returned in the session, so...
No, Zettervold, sorry.
He'll be disqualified.
Zettervold's trying to go around the outside of Reliot here. Reliot keeps the inside line. Zettervold runs wide, and that means that Reliot's going to keep that place. Reliot's not going to want to be fighting too hard here, because if he can stay within 5 seconds of the lead, he wins the race. So, and Zettervold needs to be a little bit sensible about that, because he also has a great chance of a podium here. But he's got Athanasiou making... He's got Athanasiou making a move on him, but he can't get through. So that is relief for Reliot. Reliot's been able to drive away just that little bit more. DRS now enabled. So Honky from Maridarko. Reliot behind him. Reliot in the net lead of the race currently. With Zettervold and Athanasiou fighting behind. Gunnar's back down into 8th now on the hard tyre. So his gamble didn't pay off.
Picking up the pen as well. It's going to be penalty galore.
Here comes Athanasiou down into turn 3, but they're 3 wide. And actually, Xavi's made a move up into 4th. And there's nearly contact. Xavi might have made it through. Double move. Xavi through into 4th place. Where's he come from? Absolutely nowhere. And they're all flashing. They're all absolutely draining their battery. And we've now got Xavi at the front of this queue. Reliot is driving off. He just needs to stay within 5 seconds to pick up the race win. And very shortly, we're just going to have to jump to the front of the grid. But I want to stay with this battle for as long as we possibly can. But I think the cars are just about sorted themselves out, barring any late dives. I think we're going to have Honky coming over the line in first here. And he runs wide again into the second to last corner. Don't pick up any more pens. But he's going to come over and take the checkered flag here. Don't think he's going to win the race. Maridarko temporarily goes above. But Reliot's going to win the race. Over in third. Xavi fourth.
Wow. Ooh,
Athanasiou
all the way up
5th.
to 4th due to the pens.
And look at Gunnar. Well, you say that. Xavi actually finished 4th on track. He did a double move on the last lap. Gunnar made it make 6th, so actually did that pay off for him. Zettervold 7th.
Well, he didn't have any pens, so I really wonder what it could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll go through the standings. We had a lot of cars not finishing that race in the end, which we only had 3 cars out up until the last couple of laps, really, didn't we? But carnage at the end. Everyone with a nice little sprint finish there. Xavi picks up driver of the day, probably because of his antics in the last couple of laps. He came out of absolutely nowhere. I don't think we talked about him all race, other than being in the pits. I've skipped the podium. Sorry, guys. But, wow, Reliot, and that's his first win of the season. And I remember him moaning at the start of tonight, going, he's no good at this track. And he picks up his win. So, congratulations to Reliot. And actually, I will be fair to him, that was a very, very good drive. He showed patience at the right time. And he's rewarded with the race victory there. Maridarko, who started on pole, found himself quite far down the grid after a couple of safety cars, might find himself in trouble for cutting the pit line. We'll let the stewards deal with that one, but he is currently in second. Honky in third, who looked like he was going to win the race until that final safety car. And then, as we were saying, Xavi out of absolutely nowhere up into 4th with a lovely double move on the last lap. Athanasiou in 5th. Gunnar, brave decision on that last safety car, and he actually gets rewarded with 6th place. Zettervol in 7th, Rainman in 8th, Hackett in 9th finds some points at the end. His teammate Newton finds some points in 10th as well. Stewart with a bit of a difficult day after looking so strong early on. He
Oh yeah.
finishes 11th.
Yeah, but same goes for Evan. He was good early on.
Yeah,
I mean, Nexton, he was fighting for the win for a long time. Look where he is
yeah.
now.
The Ferraris looked like they were going to take first and second, but just to shout out, we had Brandon Berserk, Jack, Illvision, Wazza, Jordan, and Mikey not being able to finish the race for various reasons. But a thoroughly enjoyable race, especially the last couple of laps there. That was one of the best finishes to a race I've seen. Really enjoyed it. Congratulations to Reliot on his victory. But yeah, fun-filled race. What did you think?
Well, chaos. We like it. We like it. Well, the thing is, it's a short track. The level of the drivers is extremely close, so uh, that means it's a good track to overtake and to follow and use DRS or ERS. So you know it's going to be a lot of close racing. That also means there's going to be incidents. There's going to be safety cars. There are going to be poor decisions. There are going to be great decisions. And that all happened. And that made it a good race to watch.
Absolutely. And I think we definitely saw some really good racing in all of that. There was some good, almost three wide action at some point. So hats off to the guys in this division. I thought it was a very good race. Obviously some hairy moments, and I'm sure we'll hear from Mikey at some point later tonight.
Yeah.
But for now, thank you everyone for joining. Hopefully you join us again next week. Can't remember the track for next week, but yeah, come back and join. It's France, is it? Yeah, of course, it's your favourite track. But yeah, come and join us again for Division 2 next week for some more of the same action, and we'll see if Reliot can make it 2 for 2. But for now, cheers, Bog, and
Yeah.
we'll speak to you
Thanks
soon.
for having me.
No worries.